Welcome back to the Bluegrass. It's a beautiful May afternoon. Today I'm out with Teddy, Showline German Shepherd, and we are following up with a video we made a few weeks ago concerning what we consider the steps that one needs to take to help their Showline German Shepherd realize its full mental and physical potential. Okay. Now, like always, when we feature a Showline German Shepherd in one of our videos, the comment section kind of gets out of hand with people expressing their opinions about what they consider the excess angulation in the Showline dogs, okay? And if you don't understand what I'm talking about, you can you just look up angulation Showline German Shepherd, right? There's a lot of forum posts made about it. You'll be able to read about that for the next 6 months. But what we're gonna do today is we're gonna take just a little bit of a different tack in terms of talking about this dog. I'm actually going to just lead the dog through the activities that I do with the other dogs, and we're going to see if he can keep up. Okay, so for those of you familiar with my channel, you know every morning I come out and I do a little bit of formal school work where we work on a simple conversational style basic obedience vocabulary, and then we make sure that the vocabulary works in a wide variety of environmental conditions. So we get started off on our Exercise with Small Challenges course, and then we go out back to my pre-adventure area, and then after the dogs are pretty good, we go over to my farm, okay? Now, granted that some dogs, oh, come on nerds, what are y'all doing? Some dogs handle these activities a little bit better than other dogs, okay? But to hear people talk about a Showline German Shepherd's conformation, you would think that the dog would not be able to keep up with these other dogs at all. So we are going to find out whether or not that's true, okay? So while I've been talking, I've been working on my leash manners, right? I've been working on holding the dog's attention under a high level of distraction, these other dogs walking around and stuff, okay? And I've been demonstrating that the dog, for an 18, 19-week-old dog, he's got pretty good leash manners, right? Got pretty good attention span. He's got pretty good impulse control. Stay. So that's not too bad. So if we compare him to the other dogs, he's for sure able to get through some simple, fundamental, basic obedience training, okay? So that's a big plus for Teddy. Now let's head over to my kayak. A lot of times when we get the chance, we like to take the dogs out and we like to put them in a kayak, and this is kind of how we start to introduce the kayak. And we see that he has no problem getting up and navigating that narrow and somewhat slippery surface of the kayak. Now I'm going to put him in the swimming pool. Come on, nerd. Oh! And I'm going to walk him around here a little bit, just give him a little preliminary swimming training. And he's doing pretty well. I have another couple of dogs that seem to want to get in there when it's hot. Okay, everybody wants to get in the pool. All right, so what have we done so far? We did a little basic obedience. We're doing a little swimming. We got on the kayak. These are all things that the dogs here like to do, right? Now I'm gonna get out of the pool and I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna get on my ATV, my four-wheeler. We're gonna see if he can do that. Come on, I'll give him a little help to get him out of there. Come on, nerd. Very nice. Come on. Okay. Come on, come on. All right, so this is kind of how my day goes. Now look, he does need a little help. That's not uncommon for dogs this age. How my day goes. I got to do some formal schoolwork, so I just did some basic obedience. I got to think about the fact that we're going to the pond today, take a little dog that's here. So we're going to take the kayak, so dog needs to be familiar with the kayak. Bam, knock that out. We're going to do a little swimming. Okay, well, I like to knock out the preliminary introduction to swimming here at my place, so it saves time when I get out. And this dog, this Showline German Shepherd, has been able to do all of those things. Right now, I'm going to let him off the leash. Okay, very nice dog. And I'm gonna let him hang out and do what he wants to do. And I'll take Riot, okay? And I'm gonna walk Riot through the same obedience routine, okay? So that if you guys want to compare and contrast then you can just back up the video, right? So Riot is about a 5-month-old fox red Labrador Retriever. For those of you who know me pretty well, Labrador Retrievers are my favorite dogs. And I'm in no way saying that I would ever want to have a showline German Shepherd over this dog, right? I'm not trying to pretend like I'm a cheerleader for the dogs, but I do feel like sometimes people can be a little bit vicious in the comments section, and it's kind of like somebody reads something and then they reinforce that, and somebody else posts a comment, and it's kind of like this downward spiral of hateful things that get said, Hup, hup. All right, so wait. Now, was it easier to teach Riot to do this course? Yeah, it was a lot easier, right? Did he pick up the physical demands of the activity a lot better? Well, yeah, of course he did, right? Okay, but they both did it, And so what we're gonna do now that I'm almost done with this this little obedience demonstration, okay, is we're gonna go out back and we're gonna let the dogs run around a little bit. And just so that you understand the environment that we're operating in today, it's about 83 degrees, okay? That might not sound really hot to you, but trust me, that's really hot to a dog, okay? So if the showline German Shepherd can't keep up on our hike, okay, well then all you guys that made those super horrible comments, I guess you're right. But if the dog can keep up, then we have to admit that the dog kept up with the obedience, he kept up with the kayak introduction, he kept up with the swimming introduction, and he was able to get on the four-wheeler. And if you'll notice, he's still over here on the four-wheeler waiting to go, right? So he's a very willing dog, he's a very happy dog, he's a very pattern cognizant dog. Go over there and check him out, cameraman. Like, he's just up there waiting to go, right? He's like, let's go, So is he most stellar athlete in the world? No, of course not, right? Okay, but is he gonna be able to keep up with us when we go out back and we do some hiking, even though it's, pretty hot today? Yeah, of course he is, right? So, let me take this leash off of Riot, and then we'll head out back and we'll see what's going on. All right, now we're out in our pre-adventure area. We're just gonna take a walk and we're gonna see if Teddy can keep up with all these labs. So I have 1 showline German Shepherd and I think 8 labs. We'll see how this goes. Come on, dogs. You can do it. Very nice dogs. Now notice, I'm not going to micromanage. For those of you who are not familiar with my channel, when I come out in the pre-adventure area, I'm acting as a Montessori director. I'm helping the dogs learn by doing is what we call it. Okay, so I'm going to keep them safe, but I'm not going to micromanage. About all you're going to see me do is encourage them, like to come where I go, and to keep an eye on them, make sure they don't get too far. Good dogs. Very good dogs. Just for reference, the cameraman just checked her Apple Watch and it's 85 degrees now. All right, and why I like labs the best? Because look, my good lab just went and got a stick and brought it back for me to throw. Now we always use the labs as mentor dogs because they're bred to stay close and do a job in conjunction with the handler, okay? And so what that does is that gives us a group of dogs that I can trust to go out and do a little bit of light exploring, but always come back and check in. And so these older dogs like No Name bring the other dogs back with them when they come to check in. Very nice. Now if we can get up there, see where Teddy is. All right, now Teddy, the showline German Shepherd, has run off in the tree line just a little bit. We'll see if we can catch up with him, okay? So I just want you guys to kind of keep an eye on what's going on here. So I got a Labrador Retriever here, and now both of these are English Labrador Retrievers or showbred Labrador Retrievers, so they're a little bit on the lower end of the energy spectrum. And then, come here, babies, come here. And then I have these 2 labs here little bit higher energy, okay? And so like these guys here are going to be darting off a little bit more, okay? Now Teddy is out, and then what he's doing is he's chasing one of the mentor dogs. So let me see if I can call him and get him back. Come on, dogs, come on, come on. Right, okay, so here comes Teddy, and he has been making the same rounds as these two mentor dogs, okay? So gives you some idea of how much he's running. A pro tip, if you want to work on like off-leash hiking with your dog, you know, don't wait till you actually go hiking and plan on having a whole big day trip to work on it. Go out on a day that's pretty hot, do a little bit of pre-fatiguing, okay, so that when you get on the trail at first, your dog is not going to have that initial burst of energy where they're shooting off in every direction. Now here in my pre-adventure area, we have all of our trails mowed in such a way that if the dogs take off running from us, they end up kind of circling back and running into us again. Let me see if I can call them into the frame for you guys. Hey dogs, hey dogs! Come on, come on! Come on, very good dogs. All right. All right, so Teddy's still hanging strong and just trotting along. Those field-bred dogs are kind of off in the brush a little more. Now this is one of the things you're going to run into when you first start taking young dogs out. They're going through an oral exploratory phase. What they happen to be kind of like licking and munching on right there is a combination of grass clippings and deer poop. Like I say in all my videos when we come out to the pre-adventure area, you know, pick your battles, guys. Don't freak out over every little thing they do, because if you do, you'll end up becoming a micromanager, and the dogs won't want to hang out with you very much, and so they'll have a tendency to kind of dart off. And if you're running around taking every single thing out of their mouth, that creates what we call the crack dealer effect, where when they pick something up, if you look at them and catch them, they swallow it, and that gets very dangerous. Come on, dogs! Oh, it's a big stick. That's gonna mess up my mower. Look. Now, just a minute ago, I was telling you that I love Labrador Retrievers, right? Okay, well, this is what happens when you have a bunch of Labrador Retrievers in your pre-adventure area. They are constantly dragging big logs out, okay, which, you know, get in your mower blades. Come on, dogs. Hello, Maverick. All right. Very nice. Very good dog. Oh my gosh, you're very good dogs. Nope. All right, cameraman, I think we'll go up this path. Now look, Teddy is right in the mix with all these different labs, hanging out and having a good time. Okay, so we're coming up on the world famous brush pile challenge, and you guys show them how big the brush pile challenge is. so you guys who, you know, like hang out with me on YouTube, you know I'm constantly like bringing the dogs out here and trying to put the skills that we establish on the Exercise with Small Challenges course to work in more real life situations. Now, this year we had a tremendous amount of limbing to do, and so our brush pile has really like expanded, okay? So it's gonna take us a little more effort this year to get all the dogs to be able to get up here and negotiate the brush pile to the apex. Very good. Look at Riot, he's a good boy. Oh my gosh. Oh. Now, not surprisingly, the two field-bred dogs were the ones that followed the mentor dogs up here. And all the kind of show-bred or English-bred labs, they're kind of sitting down there looking at it, as is Teddy. Teddy's not the best climber in the world. You know, he's a little bit skeptical of situations where he has to put his feet in low traction environments, okay? So like one of the things, if you ever get a German Shepherd breeder or somebody likes to train German Shepherds, if you ever get them to be honest with you, they'll tell you they're almost all afraid of wet tile floors. Really weird phenomenon, right? But with early socialization, you can overcome a lot of those weird idiosyncrasies. And that's what we do. That's what we did in the video where we're talking about helping a showline German Shepherd realize its full potential. That's what we do on the Exercise with Small Challenges course, and that's what we do out here in the pre-adventure area. We're literally trying to anticipate areas where we'll have problems and build a foundation that's going to allow us to deal with those problems in real time once we get out. All right, now I'm going to go over here and start a campfire, and we're going to do a little bit of campfire safety training. Now notice that I did my hiking first, okay? And so Teddy is laying down, being pretty still, just like this this showline lab, Winston, okay? I would say that Teddy fatigues a little bit more slowly than this English Chubby here, right? But quite a bit more quickly than, say, Riot, okay? But he's still right there in the mix, so that's pretty interesting. I'm gonna go over here and build a fire, and we're gonna see if he can stay around and keep himself out of trouble, just like the labs. Okay, guys, come on. Very nice. Oh my gosh. Come on. Come on, dogs. Very good. Very good dogs. All right, now we're over at my campfire spot, and I have a good assistant. She didn't know I was going to come over here and start this fire, so she went ahead and started burning this little bit of brush that we've had piled up. It's a bunch of sticker bushes, a bunch of briars, and you know, we try to get all those picked up because the dogs will chew them, and that ends up making a mess in their mouth. But look where we are and what we're doing, you know, like we're just sitting here by a fire. I got a bunch of dogs laying around. Out of this group of dogs, I have 8 Labrador Retrievers broken up between field and show lines, and I have 1 showline German Shepherd. That showline German Shepherd is still going, right? He's done everything these other dogs have done today. Okay? Now, might not be the most athletic, okay? He might not be like the easiest dog to deal with in terms of teaching new skills. He might be a little bit on the reserved side when it comes to like new and novel impediments in the environment, okay? And he does take a long time to recover from these outings, okay? But as far as like going out and doing some basic obedience, going swimming, going kayaking, or going hiking, okay, for a normal person, like he did just fine, right? We didn't have any problems with him. I mean, we'll just end with, you know, the cameraman will walk over there and show you what he's doing. So this was a real-time thing. I just showed you. We started in on some obedience training, and then we came out here, did a little hiking. Now we're going to do a little campfire safety training, and he is still going strong, okay? So the only thing that I would ask out of you guys, and I know that it's, for some of you, it's very, like, it's a very important subject. Like German Shepherds, the people that like them, they really like them. And how the dogs are built, what their temperament's like, it's super important to you. I understand that, okay? But when you talk about different bloodlines and you're a little bit too hateful with the way that you talk about it, you're not gonna create any inroads. You're not gonna convince anybody to come over to your side and start breeding dogs that are closer to the foundation stock. Okay, that's just not gonna happen. Okay, but you know, maybe if you'll be nice, maybe if you'll acknowledge, Teddy, come here, come on, nerd. Maybe if you'll acknowledge that a lot of people have these show line German Shepherds and they manage to be happy with them, you know, maybe if you'll acknowledge that that's a fact, and you'll make friends with some of them, then maybe, just maybe, you can kind of come to some agreement and get the dogs moving back along the lines that you would like to see, okay? But making hateful comments, it's not going to help your cause. All right, guys, I hope this opened up your mind in terms of whether or not a show line German Shepherd can keep up with other dogs when it comes to basic obedience and exercise. You know, and post your thoughts in the comment section below. I look forward to hearing from you.